but they were losing 3 people a week on average, murdered 3 people, 150 people a year. Kids would come in to see the Washington Monument or the Lincoln Memorial, and they'd go home in a casket. They'd call their parents and say, I'm sorry, your son's been killed. And we moved some very strong people into the area, and in a period of a month, it was much better. 2 months, it was better yet. And now it's considered a very safe city. Restaurants which were closing all over town. They were even dangerous if you got there. They'd rob the interior of the restaurant. They'd go and raise your hands, give you money. It was terrible. And it's a very interesting statistic, Mayor. So 90% of the crime is committed by 2% of the people. And that's really good, because that means you can solve the problem. If it was 25% of the people, that's a tough thing. 2% of the people commit 92% actually of the crime. It's incredible. It's great because you get rid of them and you don't have it. We took out over 5,000 hardened career criminals, numerous murderers, and they're gone. They're back in their countries or they're in jails. We've secured the largest reduction in drug prices in American history. Under my most favored nation agreements, we're delivering your record-setting discounts with price differences of 400, 500, and even 600% lower. And what that is most favored nation. We were the highest priced drug nation anywhere, prescription drugs, anywhere in the world, by far the highest. A drug that would sell for, like the fat drug, my friend became a very famous, he's begging me not to announce his name, but I use him as an example. He's very smart, very fat. And he was in London and he called it the fat. I said, I get one of those fat shots. And I said, it's not working. He's become very famous because he's really the one that got me onto this. It was like crazy. He said, in London, I buy it for $87. In New York, it's $1,300. The same exact, and he's very smart, very rich, actually. Highly neurotic. He's a neurotic guy. Highly neurotic. Most neurotic people, they're either really wealthy or they fail badly, You want controlled neuroses. His is not controlled, but he's smart. He checked out the company. He said it's the exact same drug from the exact same factory, made in the same plant. Everything was except the price. One was $87 in London, and one was $1,300 in New York. He said, what's going on? And actually, it had a little bit of an impact, and I went to the drug companies. I went all over. They've been looking at this for years, but there was no way you get the drug companies to do it. I got them to do it. I did a lot of bad things to them, but I got them. But they didn't care because they said there's no way to get the countries to do it. You had to have the country because in London, a pill that was selling for $10 would sell for $100 in the U.S. In Berlin, $5 compared to $87, $90, $95. A tremendous, sometimes 10 times, maybe more than that. So they said, you'll never get the country, sir, but we're with you. They didn't know this was going to happen. I said, I'll get the countries 100%. So I called up, you might have seen this. I mean, I've said it a couple of times. I called up the countries, and I got France. That's Emmanuel Macron. Beautiful accent. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to have to lower your drug prices in the United States because you're making it impossible for us. I mean, your prices are low and our prices are high, and you're going to have to, no, Donald, I will not do that. You see, because the world is bigger than the United States, it's really not as bad for them as it sounds. If they double their price, we can lower our price to them because of the size. It's a world situation. The whole world was ripping us off. We were paying 10 times more, 5 times more, crazy. And so I said, no, Emmanuel, you will do it 100%. No, I will not do it. So if he had a pill that sold for $10 and he had to sell it for $20, that's a big increase, right? But I said, it's not fair, Emmanuel, because we're not fair. You will do it, Emmanuel. You will do it. He said, no, I won't. I said, here's what I'm going to do, Emmanuel. If you don't do it, I'm going to put a 200% tariff on your wines and champagnes that you sell into the United States, and it's effective on Monday morning. Donald, like I said, I will do it. I'd be glad to. So I did that with all the countries, and every country agreed. I'll tell you who can't believe it, the drug companies. They say, what you did is impossible to do. But I do it. I do a lot of things that are impossible to do. Like becoming president 3 times. Like winning 3 races. Like winning 3 races. Anyway, so we have the lowest prices anywhere in the world. We went from the highest price. It's a really big thing. And frankly, that should win us the midterm. But, you know, the press hates to cover it. So, but people now know. So you can get drug prices. We go from the highest priced drugs in the world to the lowest. It's an amazing thing. And we have to go buy it, it's TrumpRx.gov, and that's been named by Bobby Kennedy and Dr. Oz. They're fantastic. They're doing a great job. I had nothing to do with that one, Joe. I had nothing to do with that one. And I had not much to do with the airport. That was Meg and you and everybody else, I tell you. It's not nice when you call up and say, hey, would you name an airport after me? You know, they approached me with the road first and then the airport, and it's just a great honor. But the TrumpGov.com is setting every record in the book, and they're buying things for a fraction of the price. And today I'm thrilled to announce that starting on July 1st, we'll provide Medicare patients with coverage for weight loss drugs like Ozempic, Zepbound, Wegovy. It will be available for, listen to this, $50 a month. And we're cutting, as you know, and as you, I hope, know, we cut the insulin price down to $25 a month, which was, in many cases, it was $1,000. And I don't know if it affects the people here, but it was thousands of dollars, and now it's down to $25. We got it down. I did that really in my first term. It was terrible because I did it in the 3rd year of my first term. I got it down to $25. And then they told me, sir, it will take statutorily, it'll take 2 years, one of those deals, it'll take 2 years before it can go to that price. I said, I better win the election. If somebody else wins the election, they're going to take credit for the insulin. And lo and behold, we had some problems with the election, a disgraceful thing. And I saw Biden up there. We have a $25 insulin. I said, I did that. Can you believe it? I was seething. I was not a happy person. In fact, I said, I think we're going to have to run to set the record straight. But we got it down to $25. It was amazing. Everyone knows we did it. We actually have been given good credit. It's nice to be given good credit when you do things that are good. And I guess sometimes they'll say they don't give me enough credit, and then I'll be in the Oval Office, this beautiful, most powerful, most incredible office in the world. People walk in and they say, wow, the biggest people in the world. Even the Queen the other day, she walked in with King Charles, Camilla. She said, wow,